Good evening. Let's start again. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, great to see you. Yeah, there's been a lot of problems, but
Yeah, the connection is just so bad
the
that I
connection was just black. Yeah, as soon as I connected,
it's like it's over the ocean. I don't know. It's
yeah.
just
So I had to reboot it
quite something.
three times.
Same here. 3 or 4 maybe even. Yeah.
Yeah, but that is good news from what I hear. That's good news. If we're getting
Why?
well, if we're getting internet connection problems,
Yeah.
that means, the way I see it, the connections are down because of criminal activity. Yes, and criminal activity is being dealt with. I think that's the way to look at it.
Hour, this is pre-used maybe this hour, 7 p.m. English time, 8 p.m. French time, so it's maybe just
it might be that. Yeah, it just might be because everybody's on Zoom. But I really do think it's because something is happening in the criminal world and some battles are going on.
I would really like to sleep at night thinking there are no criminals out there and that we live in a perfect world. I always had this image ever since I was a child of a perfect world. And I know it might sound unrealistic to some of the people out there, but I really hope that it's like a fairy tale that we live in, and hopefully will stay that way for the sake of our children and the children of our children and so on. Or maybe I'm just being optimistic today. Anyway, can I just say that for all the Orthodox Christians out there, Christos Angiat, because today Orthodox Christians are celebrating Easter. So yeah, I hope we all have some light in our souls, and we will have a wonderful year. So until next year, I wish you a lot of light in our souls.
Well, talking about light, yes.
Yes.
A new paper. Can you see this?
Light. Okay.
It's called The Light.
Yeah, that's so nice. You're showing me a newspaper, The Light, on Easter Day. So it's great. Thank you for sharing that, David.
Yeah.
It's great.
This is an independent newspaper funded by the people, for the people, and it's got nothing to do with the government, and it's got nothing to do with criminal activity. Yes, it's just telling the facts of what is happening on Earth. Yes, and in England at the moment. So there's a big light. They've also got a paper.
There's a question underneath. Are you ready for? I didn't read that well. Can you just show us again, please?
Yeah,
are you
certainly.
Ready? Are you ready? And then.
Well, that's one of the articles.
Are you ready for anything?
Yeah.
Well, we are ready to receive the light in our souls, as I just mentioned at the beginning of our conversation.
If you're ready to receive the light, that's one of the articles.
Yeah.
I won't go into the paper. It's very controversial.
You turn on the light from.
Yeah. But there is
the divine light. The divine.
Okay. Now, in Canada, I don't know if you've seen what's happening in Canada, but there are 100,000 people on the streets protesting. Yes, 100,000 is just massive. Yeah, I've been watching that. And in Canada, that there are some court actions taking place. And not only that, but they have their own paper. It's not called The Light.
So this is actually a Canadian journal.
No, this is the English one, but
English. Okay.
But the one they have in Canada is called Brothers. Yes, okay. And it's the same sort of thing, funded by the people, for the people. Yes, and it tells the truth. Yeah, for the people.
one thing that we can all celebrate is the freedom of the press. What do you think of that? I mean, it's great that we can express ourselves in a journal. And,
Well, there's very little freedom left in the mainstream media. Very little. Yes. What you're reading really is a government narrative. Yes.
oh, okay.
In all papers across the world. I mean, maybe there are 6% of papers that are telling the truth, or 6% or whatever that's telling the truth. But mainly it's the government narrative, and we're relying on papers like this, The Light, yes, to
Okay.
for reality, yeah.
Okay.
So that is that's good news. I got that today, and I got a few of them. Some for some people I know as well, and lots of things happening all over the world. Yes, lots of protests, lots of very peaceful and spiritual protests. Yes.
Spiritual, in one way, spiritual.
And spiritual because they want their human rights back.
Okay.
Yes, they don't want to be prisoners of government dictatorship.
Okay.
And so there's a spiritual aspect to it as well. Yes, because they want freedom, and it's rather like if you go back to the Bible, yes, when Moses was saying to the Pharaoh, "Let my people go," and all the people were saying, "We want freedom," and the Pharaoh wouldn't let them go.
Right.
Yes? And so in the end, the people had to take action, yes, and go their own way, separate themselves from the Pharaoh.
What do you think about civilization? Would you compare this moment that we live in with another moment in history?
Well,
similarities.
I compare this time in history to the 40 years on a spiritual level, the 40 years in the desert. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and really that's where we've been since the Second World War. It's like that those 40 years in the desert, we're sort of going around in circles, hoping to come out of the desert.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think we're on the way out. Yes.
Right.
The promised land is just over the sea, or just over the horizon.
Well,
yeah.
We will continue with what we were saying, everyone, from last week. Let's hope let's pray that the situation in India and other countries in Asia is going to improve, because this is so, yeah.
What I hear about India is the big problem over there is that they are being starved rather than anything else. Yes, there's a food shortage, and that will be coming to the West, or could possibly come to the West as well. A food shortage, which is drastic. Yeah, I mean that's going to kill a lot of people from famine. Yes.
I think it's a little bit of everything, like water, and because we also documentaries also from last year's poison water from all the industries there, and also the food, as you mentioned, and medicines, and oxygen, and all those supplies. And, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, you want to go back to our cards? This is what I received from Versal, everyone. Thank you so much, Versal, if everyone's watching from Versal here. This is a very beautiful package that I received some while ago. So maybe it's time to finally open it, because I didn't open it yet. So it was in a closet in my office, like you said, this week, and I didn't have time to properly open it and see what it is inside. I only saw because this is a transport bag. I love this bag, blue like this, by the way. So it says that if I ever have a question, that I can just visit the website ormanside.com, and yeah, then I will have more information. That's all I saw here on the link. I don't know if anyone can see this ormanside.com.
Right.
But yeah. So now we can open the package and see what's inside. I think you have your cards ready.
Yeah, we can do that this week or next week. It's up to you.
Next week. You prefer to wait for another week? Well, I guess we can. We waited for so many months.
Yeah.
I also, I wasn't.
I'll just explain something about the cards. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't catch up. What did you say?
I'll just tell a little story about the cards.
Okay, great.
Okay. Great. Back in 2017, when I was in January 2017, when I was at the university, yes, I recontacted lots of people, and one of those people was Orman. Yes.
They were Mormon, you said? Sorry, I don't hear you though. I don't know. Wait, it's not that I'm deaf. I think the connection is bad. Some of the people were?
One of the people I contacted was Orman.
Orman, okay. I understood Mormon. Oh my God. Okay, Orman, okay.
Yeah. Now he's the man who actually made the Versailles Park.
Okay.
Yes. Which is now called the Versailles Park. Yes.
Okay.
And one of the first things he asked me to do, yes, but when I recontacted him, was to read his tarot cards.
Okay.
So that was a good way for me to reconnect to everything, as well. And I read his tarot cards, and I did it in a particular way, which is using this formation. I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
It's called the Seal of Solomon formation. It's made of 2 triangles, an upward pointing triangle and a downward pointing triangle, and there's a card in the middle too. Okay.
Right.
So we've had so much trouble with the connection today that I prefer to leave it till next week. Okay.
Okay.
But you've got your cards, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can now take them out of the pack. Yes.
Oh, this is how the pack looks like.
Right.
The Divinatory Tarot of Versailles. VersaillesTarot.com.
Brilliant. Okay. So next week I'll read your tarot cards.
I like this. I'm trying to make like you make, but it's not that obvious. All right, this is pretty much like this, and this is the back.
Okay. Can you show the back of them? The back of them? Yeah. Because I have an earlier version, and this is the back of those cards. Yes.
It's called Alpha Omega. It's written here. I'm just gonna take the first card.
Yeah.
So it's written Alpha Omega and Agla. Yeah.
Agla. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we'll
do that next week. We'll finish there for today because we've had so much trouble trying to connect.
Okay.
We'll leave it for there, but don't go away. We'll have a chat. Okay.
Great. Okay.
So
have a wonderful Easter, everyone. Bye bye.
Have a wonderful Easter.
Bye bye.
Okay. Bye then.
I can see